Minister of Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Obi Wilchcombe, revealed in Parliament today that he's been displeased with the Hawksbill Creek Agreement since he was a teenager and agrees with the Prime Minister's call for change. Simone Davis has more in this report.
Minister of Social Services and Urban Development Obi Wilchcombe presented his contribution to the 2023-2024 budget debate in Parliament this morning. He expressed his lingering concerns with the conditions of the Hawksbill Creek Agreement.
I have always had a problem. So when I hear the Prime Minister say change, change, Prime Minister is now following what Sir Lyndon said about bend or break. Now he is change must happen. Change must happen, Madam Speaker. And we're forgetting that when the Hawksbill Creek Agreement was signed August 4th, 1955, it was a bad deal. It was a bad deal.
Terrible deal.
We gave away my land, home of my birth.
The Social Services Minister said he simply believes that the HCA was a bad deal from the beginning.
The Hawksbill Creek Act virtually made Groves, the Emperor of Grand Bahama, empowered to do pretty much as he wished, with 211 square miles of the 408 square miles that comprise the island. He was required only to build a deep water port and to bring in industrial and commercial enterprise. The government sold him 150,000 acres at $2.80 an acre. Many of which he later resold for as much as $50,000 an acre. His enclave was given freedom from Bahamian taxes until 1990. He was given the total power to levy license fees on anyone who wanted to do business in the domain. And he was given a strong say in banishing everyone who displeased him through use of the Bahamian government's no questions asked deportation procedures.
Minister Wilchcombe says he believes that Grand Bahama needs intervention from the government in order to succeed.
No one ever stopped to think about how do we grow the economies on the islands. The Prime Minister, the member for Cat Island, was the first Minister of Finance to bring that into this Parliament. All the islands, very first one. No one ever did it. The reality is this. When we look at each island of the Bahamas, we can determine how each island can contribute to the GDP. Grand Bahama should be contributing much more to the GDP. It cannot be correct, Madam Speaker, that you have the container port and you have the shipyard, you have all those companies, the industry in Bahama, and they don't contribute that much to the GDP. Cannot be right, Madam Speaker. And I remember in this place when I asked the question, I was told that our hands are tied. When I asked the question, why are we getting 50 cents per container? 50 cents. Wow. 50 cents at the container port. 50. And I asked the question in this place, my hands are tied.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.